Welcome back to the Daily Mastermind. George Wright III here. I am your host. And on a Wednesday afternoon, it's time to give you a little bit more inspiration, motivation, and education to keep you focused. So I'm going to share a message with you today that I recorded a little while ago as I was developing some content. And I hope it's something that'll help you to remind yourself that despite everything going on around you, all the chaos, maybe the changes, the isolation, whatever it is, that you truly do create your life. And so here's the message for today. Been spending a lot of time last night going through and developing some new content that we have coming out on the Daily Mastermind mobile app. We have just thousands and thousands and thousands of downloads. We're excited about that. But last night I was up till 3, 4 o'clock in the morning doing some of this content, some of these things that we're going to be putting out. And it really got me thinking about something I wanted to share with you today. As many of you know, several years ago, I developed a poster called the Prosperity Pillars poster, which is 12 prosperity pillars that I feel are critical and important. And the way I was able to put these together is I've been fortunate enough to be able to learn and grow and receive mentorship from some of the biggest and best thought leaders out there. I've spent personal time with guys like Les Brown and T. Harv Eker, Tony Robbins, Steve Young, Sarah Ferguson, Duchess of York, David Bach, who wrote 9, bestsellers. Just hundreds of people who have spoken for me and my company over the years. And what it's done is it's allowed me the opportunity not just to be able to hear from them, learn and grow from them, but spend some time with many of them. We would usually, I live out in Salt Lake City, Utah. We would bring them out, take them to dinner, spend the whole day with them, and then have them speak or develop new projects and things that we're working on. And it got me thinking, there was this one time I had Les Brown out and his daughter, and we were doing dinner. It was kind of a formal dinner, so we were taking our time, and we were really talking about a lot of things. And I kind of mentioned to him, I said, Les, there are a lot of individuals I've been able to meet and mentor with, and I've learned that many of them are just, at the top of their game. They're just running and gunning. And I always ask the same questions. I say, what is it that you've done to be able to create your life? And that's what I wanted to talk to you about today, because the common answer that I would get from individuals like this, the individuals that are, you would call top of their game, thought leaders, they're common answers. And that is that they just took the initiative to be able to take control of their life and create their life. And that is by far the most important number one prosperity pillar that I have and that I put in a poster that I've really tried to live my life by, is that I create my life. And you create your life as well. And I remember talking to Les, and I remember him saying, the thing is, because I asked him, I said, how can you help the average person? How can we do this? And I'll never forget, and many of you that have heard him speak before have heard him say this. He says, everyone has greatness inside of them. It's not about becoming great. It's not about creating a life as much as it is tapping in to the greatness that is already inside of you. You see, you create your life. There is no question you create your life. You've got to remember that it's not about making a decision to create your life and find some secret ingredient or something like that, as much as learning that you create your life. And you create your life through your thoughts. We talk a lot about your thoughts creating your life, but you have to remember that you create your thoughts. You drive that innate nature that you have to be able to seek greatness, and you have greatness inside of you. You've heard Les and many other successful people tell you that you have the greatness already inside of you. It's just about tapping into that. And so making a conscious decision to create your life is super, super key. So I want to walk you through a couple of things I've learned and a couple of things that I think will help to direct you. Number one, I say it over and over and over again with people that I mentor, coach, individuals that work with me, business partners, whatever else. What do you want your life to be like? You think about that sometimes, but have you taken the effort to sit down and decide, if I want to create my life, what type of life do I want? And I don't mean what do you want to do? What is your passion? I'm talking about, what do you want your life to be like? Do you want the freedom and flexibility to be with your family? Do you want to travel? Do you want to have are you into fitness, or do you want to have an amazing relationship? Really get clear on what it is you want in your life, because you have the greatness inside of you to create that. But you have to be clear on what you want in your life. Second, you've got to begin to focus on what you want. You have to focus on what you want, because creating your life is not going to happen itself. In fact, actually, Your life is being created whether you're consciously driving it or not. Your life is being created every single day by your thoughts. And so let's be clear. Let's make sure that your thoughts are not creating your life without your input, and not from your environment and your circumstances, because most of the most successful people out there have all had circumstances. They've all had an environment that has influenced them, but they made the conscious decision to start focusing on the part that they wanted to attract into your life, because what you focus on grows. What you focus on will determine your results. If you're focused on your job and the stress and the anxiety, the depression, whatever it is, you're going to get more of that. That's what your life is going to be built around. That's what you're going to have in your life. If you're focused on where you want to go and where you want to be, and you're not focused on your past, you're focused on your future and the present, you're going to be able to create some greatness in your life. Also, it's very, very key, I talk about very often, that you have to believe in yourself. You do have greatness inside of you. I know a lot of us see these amazing, successful individuals out there, whether it's in business or whether it's in celebrities, athletes, or whatever it is. And you see all of the result of what they've done to create their life, but you don't think about the fact that they started just like you, just like me. They started where they were. And they became based on belief in themselves. And you need to do things in your life to build that belief. That's part of why you're here, morning motivation, whether you're reading, gaining motivation, inspiration, education, whether you're working on yourself, because success is not to be pursued. It's to be attracted by the person you become. And you have to learn and grow and build your belief in order to do that. And then you have to set some goals. And I would encourage you to set some wild goals, to dream big, because you're not going to get what you want out of life by dreaming or thinking small. Thinking big, dreaming big, that's what's going to get you where you want to be. Stop putting conditions on your ability. Stop putting parameters and barriers around what you can achieve. You can achieve the greatness that anyone can achieve if you will just dream big, think big, set goals, set some deadlines, make yourself accountable. Tell people what you want to accomplish so that you have that accountability as well. We had a great meeting last night with some of our partners, and we talked about what it is that you want. What is your why? What are you doing? And the power of speaking that out loud, the power of putting that why out into the universe, putting it out, having some accountability, and you gain strength and power by actually formalizing that why out loud and not just keeping it inside in your subconscious. There's a power in putting it out there and sharing it with other people, sharing your testimony, sharing your testimonials, sharing your why. That's a power in that. The other thing is, and most importantly, we talk about this a lot. Brandon's a big proponent of it. So am I. You've got to create a daily routine around your goals. Let's remember, you don't win the game of life in the future or the past. You win it in the present moment. There's only one place to win, and that's today, right now, while you're listening to this. As soon as you get off this audio, right now is when you win the game. You don't win the game next week. You don't win the game. You don't plan to win the game next week. You only win in the moment. So you've got to create daily routines that help you to accomplish that. The bottom line is, when you create routines, when you create daily rituals, it will build your habits. It will build your confidence. It will build your belief. It will build your ability to create results in your life, because daily routines are going to give you experiences, are going to give you results. And that's super, super important. I love the quote by Jim Carrey where he says, you can fail at what you don't want, so you might as well take a chance on doing what you love.